Hello SLAPAFISH community, welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a tank review on the SU-130 PM, the Tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer that you will be getting when you complete Valor 75. Yes, Valor 75. And so today, I already know, today I'm going to be comparing to the Scorpion G, which is it's basically... The SU-130 PM is basically a Soviet Scorpion G. I'm also going to be comparing it with the SU-152 with the big 152mm gun, and the SU-101, which is the other tech tree Soviet tank destroyer at Tier 8, with the 122mm. It's the same gun as the IS-4 has. So all four tanks in these are Tier 8s. And the package upgrades for both the two tech tree tanks that I'm using is right here. Boom. So that's what they're called. But yeah. So right now in the tank review, I'm just going to be talking about these two, comparing to these two. Okay, so the Scorpion G actually has higher horsepower to the SU. The Scorpion G has more horsepower per ton than the SU, and the SU-130 PM is actually faster than the Scorpion G. It's actually the fastest tank here. It also has the highest reverse speed along with the Scorpion G. It has the lowest fire chance at 12, and the Scorpion G has the worst at 20. Track rotation is 32 and 30. 32 on the SU, and Scorpion G has 30. And the Scorpion G and the SU-130 PM have both the worst terrain resistances. Both of their turns turn at 18 degrees a second. As I said, the SU-130 PM has a 130mm cannon, and the Scorpion G has a 12.8cm cannon, which is obvious that the reload time of the SU is longer than the Scorpion G. Scorpion G has the better aim time, better accuracy, and the better dispersion while rotating the turret and rotating the tank. But the SU has the better gun elevation, and both the Scorpion G and the SU-130 PM have 7 degrees of gun depression. The SU-130 PM hits harder than the Scorpion G at 520, and 660? Yes. And the SU-130 PM actually has worse penetration than all of these tanks on its standard and high explosive. But it has better penetration on its premium than the Scorpion G. SU-130 PM also has higher splash. It also has the highest shell velocity compared to the Scorpion G, except for its premium shells at 1,030 compared to the 1,150 on the Scorpion G. High explosives actually go pretty fast at 930. The SU-130 PM also has the worst DPM out of all four of these tanks, and it has the second slowest rounds per minute. The only one beating it is the SU-152. Ammo count on both of these tanks is 30. It has a potential damage of 15,600, which is 900 more than the Scorpion G. Armor on the turret, nothing. Absolutely nothing. 15 at the front, 6 at the side, and nothing at the back. On the hull, it has the worst hull armor out of all four tanks. You're not going to be bouncing anything with this tank. The view range is 360, which is the same as the Scorpion G, but also has the highest signal range at 730 and the lowest hit points at 1,100. It has better concealment rating than the Scorpion G. The one that has the highest, the SU-130 PM is only beat out by the SU-101 on concealment. And the SU-130 PM and the Scorpion G get a 50% silver bonus and a 15% silver bonus, XP bonus. So yeah, that's the tank stats. Now we get to go look at some gameplay that I have provided in this SU-130 PM. Okay, we ended up on Nohan on winner, and we are also bottom tier. So basically, this is how play this. If you have a Scorpion G, play this tank just like it. I've had the Scorpion G before, and I prefer this tank over the Scorpion G just because it has a higher alpha. Higher alpha at 520 instead of the 490 that the Scorpion G gets. But I know the DPM is worse on the SU-130 PM than the Scorpion G. It's not that much less. It's like 150, which I can deal with that. And I just like the high alpha. Really, I like the 520. Just hits hard. It's pretty fast, and it's really good to concealment. Out of the comparison, I'm pretty sure the Scorpion G had the worst concealment, if I remember correctly. I can actually look. Yes, it did. Scorpion G had the lowest concealment out of all four of those tanks. So you're not going to be able to hide the Scorpion G. This tank you will be able to hide a lot easier than the Scorpion G. And you can also spot out people. So the equipment I'm using on my SU-10 on the SU-130 PM is binocs, camo, and a gun rammer. So yeah, basically long range sniper. I try to put the gun rammer to get that DPM up just that tad more, and also had Nation's Consumable to boost my crew and get the reload up even more. Sadly, you can't put crew vents on this tank just because it's an open top. And there's a machine, and I was aiming for its tracks, and we missed and ricochet off of it. So far, it's almost been 2.5 minutes into this game, and we've only put in one shot, and we bounced one shot off the machine. With this tank, you gotta be... What? Somebody has a 61-second reload. Holy crap. I just seen that. Put another shot into the machine. What the heck was I trying to say? But anyway, put a shot into the machine. Did 517. Gonna try to fire blind and miss the machine. With this tank, you gotta be patient. I like to be patient with this tank, and sometimes I like to use the speed of this tank to get out in the open to like make the aggressive plays that this tank can and will play. Because also I want to mention the Scorpion G has a fully traversable turn at 360 degrees, and this one is, I want to say 86. It can swing its gun 86 degrees to the left and 86 degrees to the right. 85. Maybe something like that. Yeah. So you can be very aggressive with this tank. But you gotta remember, you have no armor. But the best way to play this tank is to be a long-range sniper. But you can... And at the very beginning of the match, you can get in those spots really quickly, just as fast as the light tanks. When the light tanks are running out there to spot, you can get into position before the light tanks even get out there to spot and scout. That was a nice shot on that Vanguard. You can get out there in those positions and get ready and set your camo net and binoculars up before the light tanks spot everything up. Now, this SU-130 PM is actually being pretty aggressive. We put one shot into him, and we unloaded a high explosive, so I'll take him out in my next shot. And there's another SU-130 PM. I'm keeping my high explosive loaded. Their artillery just went down as I spotted. I think I spotted it. Pretty sure I did. And now I'm just trying to outflank this SU-130 PM. And he's on fire. I don't think I'm going to get a shot on him. So I aim for the 4005. Because I knew the 130 was just going to burn to death. Yeah, I said thanks to somebody. Right now, I'm just trying to get a shot on the 4005. And I've seen that okay, so what has happened is I pushed up through the G and H line with other people, and none of us went through the town. The people that did go through the town got destroyed, and we didn't really notice, so they pushed through. And that's where all the enemies are. So basically, the remaining of the enemy tanks are at our flag, and we basically got their flag. So right now I'm using the pretty good horsepower per ton to get back to our base, and this hill right here, I'm going to have trouble because I thought my tank was more powerful to make it up this hill, but I kept sliding down the hill. You'll see what I mean. See, I'm going up, I lose all my speed, and got no speed. Trying to make it up this hill. This hill's actually pretty hard to climb up. Don't understand why, but okay. There's 22 seconds left on the circle, and I'm trying to get up this hill, and I keep failing. And I'm hoping the medium or light tanks will put a shot into them. Just don't be scared, mediums, lights, and just put a shot into them. There we go. We got a light tank running out there. We got 2 seconds, a second, and the light tank actually got a reset in. He spotted, and the 4005 shut down the charioteer. And now basically the tanks on the base are screwed. So the defender, we've put one shot in the defender. There's a T95 over there just staring. And going to put another shot in the defender. There's a 57 heavy right there, and there's a hard case right below me. Well, goodbye 57. Now we got a hard case. We should have enough caliber gun size damage to go through its space armor. And now what I want to do is load, pop down really quick, and just pop them in the side and fire, and we die. We die. We didn't get an eye for eye. We die. So, you want to know where that shot landed? That shot, I fired, and that shot landed at his gun. I hit his gun. If I aimed lower, I could have killed him. But I hit his gun instead. But anyway, that's basically the SU-130 PM. That's basically how I play it and how it should be played. Very beginning of the match, just go out there and just snipe. Get out there in a position, ready for your light tanks and medium tanks. Just go spot everything up. Then second part, just go run around and chase everybody down and just put shots into them. That's basically how to play this thing. Be aggressive at the very end of this match. At the very end of the game. We made 101,000 silver, which is pretty good. We did 4,064 damage and 3 kills, which is also pretty good, and second in the leaderboard. Alright guys, if you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember to SLAPAFISH, because we're always not, and peace out, see ya.